Hi, Deck79 here. I'm going to go through my next cosplay build. So, I've decided to stick with my 80s themes as I seem to stick with quite often, and I'm going to go for this. A power loader, Caterpillar power loader, or P5000 from Aliens. So I'm going to build this hopefully out of EVA foam and foam board, and I am doing it as a pretty much a scratch build, so I'm starting from the beginning and working out how to do it. So far I've found some 3D models on Thingiverse, so I'm going to basically take those 3D models, dismantle them, turn them into blueprints and PEP files for Pepakura, and I'm going to go down that route. So we'll see how long this takes. My deadline for this is I'd like to take it to the MCM Comic Con in Birmingham in 2021 in November. So that's the aim date. So I'm going to start work on it, and I'm going to walk through how I do it in here for you guys. So if anybody else out there wants to make one, they can follow my videos. I'll also put all the files and templates, anything I create during the process, I'll put on my deck79.com page, and you can just download them from there for free. You know, I mean, just use them. So let's see how this goes. First, I need to make a blueprint at full size and print it out so I can check to see if it's the right height for me, and also it's a good reference to have. So what I did was, first off, I went to Thingiverse and I found this model by Dr. Daniel J. Thompson. It's a little 3D model, so I downloaded that, which I'm not going to do now because I've already done it. Once I downloaded that, I got Blender open and I imported the STL file into here. And as you can see, you can turn it any direction you want. So there you go, I've got a front view of it in Blender. And then I went to Window at the top and Save Screenshot. And in here, we'll just pop it on desktop for now. Save. Save an image of that in there. You can also, if you wanted, you could do yourself a side shot as well if you wanted. Let's go to desktop. There you go. So we've got some images of the power loader. And what it is, I want to be able to stand in this and see if that's correct. So then what I did was I went onto the World Wide Web, and I went to the Aliens wiki and found this information here. So there we go. We've got our length, width and height of the power loader. So with this information, I then went and got myself Photoshop open, made a new canvas, and I made the canvas 3 meters high by the width is 1.5. And in there you can then drop your image in that we've just. So if we go to desktop, there you go, drop that. So there we go, got a screenshot of the power loader. Just grab that, V in there, there we go. If I get the feet lined up perfectly, give it a second, let it render, there we go. So that's how big it should be, 3 meters. So with this that I've got here, let's just put it over, I then just file, save as, and we'll make it into what I do is I like to make it into a PDF. Power loader, F for front. I'll save that. High print quality, yep, there we go. So it's now, as you can see down the bottom here, it's just saving it. So you can do this for every angle if you really want, but I'm just going to do the front. So if I minimise that now, I'll minimise that, minimise that. So if I was to open up this here and say I've got my plug, I'm not going to print it because I've already printed it once, but if you go to print and you go to actual size, see that there? So actual size, poster, there you go. And there is the power loader on 88 pages and its exact height. What I'll do is I'm going to print that off, and once I've printed that off, I will spend the tedious time of sticking each sheet together, and I'll lie on it. And that is the idea there. With a start at the bottom, and I'll just roll it up so you can see. There you go, so it's upside down. But I've done that deliberately. At the bottom here are the feet. So what I've done is, I've made a line, just here, made a line across the top of the foot. So I now know exactly, in a life-size model that I've laid down on, and I know it's correct for me, and it's correct for anyone really, it's the size of it in the film. But when printed out at 100%, I can see the round loop at the top of the foot. So I've measured that, and from the floor to the loop is 11 inches. So if I go by that scale, I should be able to work out the size of everything now. But having a life-size blueprint for measurements is really useful. So I went to Thingiverse and I found a user, Cal74, who had a broken down version of the model. So as you can see here, I've got it here, I downloaded the files, so thanks for this, Cal. I'll put a link to him. So now I've got that model, what I've got to do is I've got to open up MeshMixer, Autodesk MeshMixer, is what I use anyway. I can import in here, so here I have all the parts to do with it. So if I was to pick the foot, so foot 2, this is the right foot, and open it. So in here, there's the foot. It looks a bit weird in here. I don't know why, but I don't really use this software for anything else but doing what I'm doing now. I then file, and I want to export. As you can see, I've already done it before, and I would call it foot 2, say. So I'm not going to do it again because I've already done it. So foot 2, cancel. So export the STL file to an OBJ file, an object file. Then what I do is I get this software here. This is a Pepakura Designer. And in here you can then import your object file that you've made. So in this case, there it is, object file. Okay. So let's say that's the back of the foot. Let's flip it. So I'm going to unfold it. Now I usually go in here and turn all the lines orange that I want to unfold myself. I'm not going to do that in this tutorial because that's not what this is about. But at the moment, if I want to make this model bigger, you make sure the auto's not ticked, press unfold, and in here it will tell you what size, height, width and depth, and scale. Scale, very important. So we know that the height of it is 280 millimeters. Now if I go and put 280 millimeters in here, you see how it's automatically worked out the scale change. So here is a useful number. This number here, 7.054140. Write it down, because this model that I have, every part of the model to get the correct size, that's the scale number that is needed for this software. So you press OK. Now, as you can see, I've not unfolded this properly, but as you can see how many pages it is. You see how many pages all that is? So the idea is that if you unfold it properly, it'll be really big. That is how you get the scales. Now, if you've got a 3D printer, as I do, you might as well go ahead and 3D print the foot as well. So here, here is the foot. So that's the front of it. The reason why I've printed this off is because I wanted to physically sort of be able to feel it and see it. If you haven't got a 3D printer, just use Pepakura and you can move it around and look. As we now know, that there is the 11 inches from there to there. So I took the Pepakura and I started making my first blueprints. So this panel here at the back, there's my blueprint. It's got a line across it. That is here. One side's got a grip. And there you go, the back of it with the grip. There it is there. Oh. Flip it around. This piece here, 100% pep. There it is there. And then I've just done this piece here. So it's good for demo, this bit here. Which, as I've said before, remember to label everything. What I'll do is I'll put a link on my website for all these templates, so you don't really have to do all the stuff we've just watched me do, because I've done it for you. But if you use that method for future costumes of yours, it's a very good little method. There you go. There's a cut them out of paper, and then all I've done for now is using EVA foam. I've just started. Oh. So get your paper, put it on your foam, cut it out, glue gun it. Yeah. Have a look. So that will be going there. See, like that. So next thing I do, I'll get some more foam out and continue making the foot. Once I've made the one foot, I use the same pattern, flip it over, replicate it and do it the opposite way. The great thing about doing a power loader is, apart from one side's got a little flamethrower on it and some extra cabling, it's symmetrical, which is great. It means everything I'm doing on the right hand side of it, I can then do to the left. Alright, so I'm going to make this other foot. I'm going to make these feet for the power loader, and then I'll move on to the leg. Hopefully this first video has really helped you on just understanding how I build my templates and what I use. You can use this method for making other costumes and cosplays via 3D models. And there are some websites that you can generate the characters from your video games into STL files and object files, and then you can drop them into Pepakura or MeshMixer to make your templates. Anyway, tell me if you're looking forward to seeing this one complete, and also tell me if you're interested in making one of your own. That would be really good. That's Deck 79 out for now, and I'm just going to get on with this lot.